Not many music ensembles can say that they've been in existence for over 500 years, but the Vienna Boys Choir is one that can. Founded in 1498, the choir first sang for the Imperial Court, and now they sing for audiences around the world. On Thursday, March 7th at 7:30 p.m., the Vienna Boys Choir will sing for a Knoxville audience at Church of the Ascension on Northshore Drive. I'm chatting on the phone with Kapellmeister of the Vienna Boys Choir, Jimmy Chiang, and Chorister, Bubba. Hello to you both. Thanks for taking time to chat with me. And Jimmy, I first want to start out with talking about how one becomes a member of the Vienna Boys Choir. Talk to me about this process.
Well, in general, we accept applications from anyone and from all over the world. People could just, if they believe that they want to try it out and they have a voice, then they should just call us up, and then we'll arrange an audition date. And there are several processes, of course. One way is just to come and audition, but there's a better way that is to enroll if they're, let's say, under 9. Then they should enroll in our primary school. We have a primary school where there are also girls, and they will learn singing, but also normal subjects as well. And that will prepare them to become the boys choir, which normally age from 10 to 14. There are other ways, of course, as we travel all over the world. So there are also kids that would, register themselves with our office, and for them to come to one of our concerts, and then they could meet me or some of my colleagues afterwards and to have an audition.
And so can you join after the age of 9, or do you have to start from the very beginning?
For the touring choir, or let's say most people see us on stage, the Vienna Boys Choir are from 10 to 14, because we don't bring anyone that's younger than 10 on tour normally, because of the maturity. It's not just about a voice talent, also there's social elements in it, so they would have to be fitting in with the whole group of the boys, and of course with the teachers and others. When we are touring, we have 25 boys normally. That's the base numbers. We have 4 touring choirs. We do that so that we can cope with the engagements all over the world, as well the masses in Vienna. But there's actually no difference between the choirs. We should be the same. So altogether, we have about 100 boys. We just divide it into 4 groups to do the job.
So the boys come from all over the world. Are their lessons and rehearsals taught in German then?
Yes, I still insist that, because in Austria we speak German, and that's actually the base of the Vienna Boys Choir, and of course the culture. And for me, the language is very important in singing as well. And because we do a lot of traditions of Vienna Boys, which is in Latin and in German songs of Schubert's, for example, and others and Johann Strauss. So the German language are actually very important for anyone who auditions for us, no matter where they're from. And of course, I will be teaching everything in German. Of course, there will be exceptions that if we have, kids that are really talented, they're willing to learn, but they're not that far, in advance, then we will talk to them in English.
So you mentioned that there are a total of 4 touring choirs. I wonder if you could talk a little bit about the structure. How do the boys balance school and touring, and how long do these tours typically last?
Well, in fact, that's why we have the 4 choirs, because we are also aware that the boys need to study, and that's also part of their education. And so therefore, we have choirs that is based in Vienna, as they will be doing the study and doing the concerts in Vienna and the masses there. While we're, for example, the Haydn Choir, we are on tour. And after we finish, let's say until the end of March, then we go back. Then our boys, my boys, will be going to school from April to summer. While the boys that's now studying, they will be on tour to Japan, for example. That's the next group. And so the system is that we divided the year into 3 parts. So each boy will have 2 semesters, let's say, to study, and 1 trimester to go on tour. So then this is how they balance.
How long are the rehearsals when they're learning the music? And I'm curious, how do the boys learn the music? Are they taught solfege? Is that how they learn?
Well, sometimes I use that, but we have such a high demanding of, let's say, engagements and works that we have to cope with. I normally go much more efficient than learning slowly. I insist that the things has to go pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm the one who train them.
Mm-hmm.
We have rehearsals every day, about 2 to 3 hours, and we
Wow.
have basically Monday to Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and that include learning new songs for touring as well. Every 2 weeks a new mass. But of course, as I said, we have boys basically from 10 to 14, and so there are boys that's been in the choir 4 years. There are new boys that's been there only 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they learn, because some of the
Mm.
old boys will know most of the stuff. For
Mm-hmm.
example, the mass. After a year, you basically sing through everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the second year, you know better. So that's how we pass on the traditions.
Hmm.
So there are some kids learn fast and some kids learn slow, but they work together.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Team building, I would imagine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. It's funny sometimes some kids that they already know what their example they want to be,
Mm-hmm.
like from the old boys. Someone they will say, "Oh, that soloist I really want to be," and they will look up on someone, and so that it's a team building.
Mm-hmm.
So
One of the challenges of directing a boys' choir is the inevitability of the changing voice, which of course is unpredictable. How do
yeah.
you address that challenge?
Well, first of all, I don't see it as such a dramatic thing because I think psychologically we need to transfer it to the boys that it is part of the biological changes that we all men, let's say boys,
Mm-hmm.
had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would always try to actually explain to everyone to experience it, or even before they experience it scientifically, what's actually is happening,
Mm-hmm.
and as well also what musically they actually cope with. Of course, everyone's a difference, but the point is called voice change or voice break is that there are a certain range that they cannot sing,
Mm-hmm.
or let's say they will lose some of those notes,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean they cannot sing.
Right.
And by saying that and cultivate them, then they will not have are not afraid of having that process.
Mm-hmm.
And through keeping on singing, they will find their voice back after the process is done.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm for that actually, as long as they're being taken care during those periods, their voice will have no problem. I
Mm-hmm.
will find songs that they could sing either normally what happens is that they can sing very low or sing very high.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally in the middle, what we call in Italian the passaggio, which happen to even any sopranos, adults.
Mm-hmm.
They also have to deal with it because you cannot sing with one voice from the bottom to the top.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have to learn the technique to how to keep this voice as one.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone has to deal with this changing, the bridging. And in fact, by learning with the boys, one learns actually about this concept.
Young boys have so much energy. How do you get all of this energy out while you're out on the road?
First of all, to be on stage, it's a sort of sport actually.
Mm-hmm.
They have to stand, they have to use their posture and use the air and concentration. So that is one part that they are using the energy. But of course, on the other hand, we have free times, and of course, we will try to keep them on the sports side. Swimming if we have swimming pool in hotels,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
or even by the beach, or like then we'll take them to play football. They all love football. I mean soccer in this case.
Oh, right.
But otherwise, we'll take them to, for example, we were in Florida, and so we took them to, Universal Studios,
Oh, yeah.
or sometimes when we were in Japan, we took them to Disney, or,
Mm-hmm.
we'll always arrange activities for them. So they will have enough varieties of things to do.
Excellent. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not all work.
No. It's very important to have the balance.
And so what will you be singing here in Knoxville? Do you have like a theme for your program?
Well, the theme was started with called Vienna Waits for You, which is based on the song that Billy Joel wrote. This song is called Vienna, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started with that, and in fact, Bubba, which you're gonna interview, he'll be doing the solo of that.
Oh, okay.
And then otherwise, I built the program into 4 parts, which is to show the 4 phases of the Vienna Boys, which we have Imperial Chapel, which is the sacred songs. This is how we started 500 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have touring part, which is to show the secular music, traveling, and different languages and folk songs. And then after that, we have a theater or let's say theatrical aspects. We have some numbers from operas and musicals. And then, of course, at the end, we have Johann Strauss, which is always our traditions to do Strauss because of the Vienna New Year's concert. And as well, we just have a new CD, Strauss Forever, which we recorded with Deutsche Grammophon, all the Strauss polkas and waltzes that we have done before. And so, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a great variety.
Yeah, sounds like a great program.
Yeah.
Well, let me chat with Bubba a little bit.
Hello.
Hi, Bubba. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from originally Houston, Texas.
Okay, excellent. How long have you been singing in the Vienna Boys Choir?
Well, this is my second year. Yeah.
Okay, so how old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
Cool. Okay. What made you want to become a member of the choir?
Well, I just decided because it's either you leave your parents or you stay in your home city, or you go to the Vienna Boys Choir. And it was just motivation because, this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity that not all the boys in the world who want to be the Vienna Boys Choir don't get to have. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I decided to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your favorite thing about being in the choir?
Oh, well, there's a lot. I'd say school, honestly.
Yeah?
I like school. And I like to practice every day.
What other things do you like to do other than singing?
I don't know. I like to read a lot. And also, I don't know, just like whatever the boys do. Just like play games or things like that.
Yeah. Do you like living in Austria?
It's good, yeah. It's just a lot colder than home.
Do you like the snow?
Oh, the snow's nice. It's nice.
Perhaps most importantly, how's the food at your school? Is it good?
It's good, of course. They have very good chefs there. Because some kids are picky and things, but don't worry. These cooks will whip up a very good meal for you.
Good. That's important. Well, thanks so much for taking time to chat with me.
Thank you very much.
I've been speaking with the Kapellmeister of the Vienna Boys Choir, Jimmy Chiang, and Chorister Bubba. Thank you to you both. Once again, the Vienna Boys Choir perform in Knoxville on Thursday, March 7th at 7:30 p.m. at Church of the Ascension on Northshore Drive. More information is available online at knoxvilleascension.org.